The National Electrical Code, or NEC, does require ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protection in specific locations. NEC Section 210.8 states that all 125-volt single-phase 15 and 20 ampere receptacles installed in bathrooms, garages, outdoor receptacles, crawl spaces, unfinished basements, kitchens, boathouses, laundry areas, utility rooms and workshops shall have ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel. While this section specifically addresses 15 and 20 ampere receptacles, a 50 ampere receptacle is required to have GFCI protection in a bathroom. NEC Section 210.12b states that all receptacle outlets that are part of the same branch circuit and are installed within 6 feet of the outside branch circuit panel board shall have ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel. NEC Section 406.4d2 clarifies the receptacle outlets required to have ground fault circuit interrupter protection shall be protected by a listed ground fault circuit interrupter of the circuit breaker type or by a listed ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle. The listed ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle must be installed in a readily accessible location. Therefore, it is essential to understand the NEC requirements for GFCI protection to ensure electrical safety. GFCI protection is crucial in areas where the risk of electrical shock is high, such as bathrooms, garages, crawl spaces, and unfinished basements. These devices are designed to detect ground faults and quickly interrupt the circuit, preventing potentially fatal electrical shocks. Understanding the NEC guidelines is paramount for electrical installations to comply with code and maintain safety. The code specifies various locations where GFCI protection is mandatory for 125-volt single-phase 15 and 20 ampere receptacles. While NEC Section 210.8 outlines these requirements, a specific mention of 50 ampere receptacles needing GFCI protection in bathrooms reinforces the critical need for enhanced safety measures in such environments. NEC Section 210.12b introduces another layer of protection, mandating GFCI protection for all receptacle outlets within 6 feet of the outside branch circuit panel board. This measure helps to prevent accidental electrical shocks that may occur due to faults in the external wiring or equipment. The provision in NEC Section 406.4d2 further clarifies the types of GFCI devices that can be used. It permits the use of either circuit breaker type GFCIs or GFCI receptacles, providing flexibility in installation. The requirement for the GFCI receptacle to be readily accessible ensures that it can be easily tested and reset if necessary. The purpose of GFCI protection is to quickly detect any leakage current to ground, which could indicate a fault in the electrical system. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI trips the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing electrical shock. This rapid response is crucial in preventing serious injuries or fatalities. GFCI protection is particularly important in bathrooms due to the presence of water, which significantly increases the risk of electrical shock. Water can act as a conductor, making it easier for electricity to flow through the body, leading to severe injury or death. Therefore, the NEC mandates GFCI protection for all receptacles in bathrooms, including 50 ampere receptacles. Garages are another area where GFCI protection is essential. Garages often contain power tools and other electrical equipment that can be subject to moisture and mechanical damage, increasing the risk of electrical shock. GFCI protection helps to mitigate this risk by quickly interrupting the circuit in the event of a ground fault. Crawl spaces and unfinished basements are also prone to moisture and dampness, making them hazardous environments for electrical equipment. GFCI protection is required in these areas to protect against electrical shocks. Outdoor receptacles are exposed to the elements, including rain, snow, and humidity, which can increase the risk of electrical shock. GFCI protection is mandatory for all outdoor receptacles to ensure safety. Kitchens are another area where GFCI protection is required, especially for receptacles near sinks and countertops. Water and wet surfaces can increase the risk of electrical shock in kitchens, making GFCI protection essential. Boathouses are located near water and are subject to moisture and dampness, increasing the risk of electrical shock. GFCI protection is required in boathouses to ensure safety. Laundry areas often contain washing machines and dryers, which can be subject to moisture and electrical faults. GFCI protection is required in laundry areas to protect against electrical shocks. Utility rooms are often used for housing electrical panels and other equipment. GFCI protection is required in utility rooms to ensure safety. Workshops typically contain power tools and other electrical equipment that can be subject to mechanical damage and moisture. GFCI protection is required in workshops to protect against electrical shocks. In summary, GFCI protection is a critical safety measure that helps to prevent electrical shocks in areas where the risk of such hazards is higher. The NEC mandates GFCI protection in specific locations, including bathrooms, garages, crawl spaces, unfinished basements, outdoor receptacles, kitchens, boathouses, laundry areas, utility rooms, and workshops. Compliance with these requirements is essential for ensuring electrical safety and preventing injuries or fatalities. The NEC is continuously updated to reflect advances in technology and safety practices. It is crucial for electricians and homeowners to stay informed about the latest revisions to the code to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. GFCI protection is not only a code requirement but also a responsible safety practice. By installing and maintaining GFCI devices in the appropriate locations, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical shocks and protect yourself and others from potential harm. Understanding the NEC requirements for GFCI protection is a fundamental aspect of electrical safety. It is essential to consult the latest edition of the NEC and seek guidance from qualified electricians to ensure compliance with the code and implement proper safety measures. GFCI protection plays a vital role in safeguarding individuals from electrical hazards, especially in environments where water or moisture is present. The NEC mandate for GFCI protection in specific locations underscores the importance of these safety devices. Always ensure that GFCI devices are properly installed and regularly tested to verify their functionality. By prioritizing electrical safety and adhering to the NEC requirements, you can create a safer environment for yourself, your family, and others. The information provided here serves as a general overview and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for specific electrical installations and safety measures. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility, and by understanding and following the NEC requirements, we can all contribute to preventing electrical accidents and injuries. GFCI protection is a key element in creating a safer electrical environment, and its proper implementation is essential for protecting lives and property.